Baby, if you want to see how I slayed these nails, look at this. Watch this. Ooh, girl. Look at it. Wait for the reveal, child. Then you're going to have to go ahead and stay tuned because we not playing in 2022 about these hidden nails, baby. Okay? Okay.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Winnie, and I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and consider subscribing to your girl's channel. New videos posted every Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes on Wednesdays, depending on what's going on. A1 since day one, or however long you've been here. I sure appreciate you. Know what I'm saying? I'm talking about already, man. It's all look. So today I'm going to be doing my dominant hand with my non-dominant hand. She tried it. And so I'm going to be doing my right hand more on camera because, child, I got to get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that I did very well with this look that I did today. I think I did really, really good. I took my time. I ensured that everything looked good, so on and so forth. I really, took my time. So basically, I'm using Lisette Gel Nails Dehydrator and her base. I did have some lifting on my middle and ring fingers. And so what I did was I took my so basically I used I guess it's a medium coarse cone bit, and I filed all of the hard gel from before off. Then I went in with my sanding band to ensure that everything was like level. We didn't have any lumps, we didn't have any bumps. Then I pushed the cuticle back on both of those fingers and, like really made sure I to push the cuticle back. Then I went in with my little funnel bit, took off the extra. And so now I'm using Lisette Gel Nails to fill the nails. And so that's, you can do that with hard gel or tips if you would like, if you want to just do a simple fill. I had only had the nails on for maybe like a week and a half or something like that, but I knew that that lifting would could cause issues on my nails later. So I cured that in the lamp for 60 seconds. Now I'm finna make me my own self glitter. This glitter I got from Michael's. It's like a 20, I don't know, but either between 15 to 24 different glitters. Like, so they have like chunky glitters, they got fine glitters, they have ultra fine. They don't have like any like super chunky. And so I'm making my own like greenish blue color. At this point, I still didn't know what look I was trying to go for with my nails. And so I have a popsicle stick that I got from Amazon. The measuring cup is from Amazon. The little candle is from Southern Elegance when I used to purchase from them. And so just really trying to get it to look the way that I want it to look. But like I said, I didn't really know what look I was like. I did know what look I was going for. I knew I was going for like ombre, but I didn't know, like I didn't know, I just really didn't know that it was going to turn out like this. Um and that's to my own horn, but beep beep, okay? Because these are like the best thus far. So what I also like to do is I like to put a level of clear hard gel down. This is just IBD hard gel, well, IBD gel. And so that's what I'm using. I'm using that, and I'm also using a sky blue. That's the name of it. It's a sky blue that I made using mica powder and IBD builder gel. And so that, like, the different colors I really really like. And so instead of like trying to like build the nail up that I like how I would do using like a different type of builder gel, I like to put like either I like to put like 3 thin coats of the builder gel on the nails, and that way it's not like super bulky or anything like that. They actually end up turning out very good, and they're still strong, and there's no compromise to the structure of the nail. And that's what you want to make sure when you're taking when you're taking off your polish, or yeah, when you're taking your polish off, you want to ensure that the structure of the nail still remains strong. So you want to build that back up, you know what I'm saying? And so I think I did one coat of clear on all the nails. And so not really sure when this will come out, but with my left hand I made a mistake and I didn't put I put the hard gel down first and then put the glitter. I didn't do that on this nail, and I think I didn't do that on, yeah, that's the only, on my index finger, that's the only nail I didn't do it with. So I'm making sure that I press the glitter down very, very well, pat it in. And so I'm also dragging the glitter up. So now I'm using this is a glitter only hard gel that I'm using. And so it's just a clear, I just took some from the IBD builder gel and put it in a different thing. And so anytime I have glitter, I use this builder gel pot because I don't want to be like mixing in all my other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look, somebody come look at it. Look at how your girl is struggling. Straight struggling. So you want to make sure, if you're going to be doing this, to put a thin layer of either hard gel or base coat down, and then make sure you pat it in very, very well to ensure that you have no like pokey pieces. That's the only thing I will say about ombre that really drives me nuts. And so what I've started doing, and what you'll see here in a few, is I make sure now that when I'm doing a glitter nail, that I like pack it on. And when I say pack it on, I think I do like two coats. And then I do a coat of, so I do one thin coat of IBD builder gel, then I put glitter, then I cure it. Then I put IBD builder gel again, then I put the glitter, press it down. What? Then I cure it, press it down, and then I put another layer of IBD builder gel. Then I put base coat. Wait, no. Then I put base coat. Then I put top coat. No, I think I'm getting them wrong. No, I put top coat. Then I top coated regular. So then I went in with my extra coarse drill bit from Pana, and I super filed my middle finger. And so I filed all of that like chunkiness that was on there, and like how it's making it look bulky. And then I shaped it really well too. And so you can't even tell, baby, that that nail was super duper thick. You guys will see what I'm talking about. And so just really, and it really only, like, to do my right hand, I think took me about 2 hours. But, and that's really good, because when I sit down and I do my, like, both hands at one time, baby, we can be there 5 hours, like, easy. You know how they say that you can go, they can do it for hours. Yeah, we can be here for hours doing these here nails, child. So I just want to try to like break up like sitting there for a long time. So I'm trying to see if I like the doing one hand different than the other. So far so good. I'm liking it so far. I like the contrast, but I like how they kind of go together even though they really don't go together. Hope that makes sense, child. But look, your girl is super struggling. Like, somebody come help her. Somebody come help this child, man. She needs some help. So, because we got a long time, you know what I'm saying? We only at 8:59 and we got a whole lot of time left. So I guess I can tell y'all a story time about me moving away from home. Yeah. So basically, picture it, Texas 2000, the year 2000. I am a senior in high school. I am back in my hometown that I had not been in for 3 years. I still had some friends, but I mean, I didn't really hang with people outside of my cousins. And so, yeah, she ain't really had no friends. It was just her and her relatives. Like, that's it. That's it. I mean, I did have a little boo thing, but he lived in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We ain't here to talk about him. Okay. Even though he kind of is part of the story. So, I turned 18 October 12th. Ooh, ooh. By November 18th, your girl is has enlisted into the army under the delayed entry program. So basically, the delayed entry program was the I signed my life away to the army, and I would be, like, it's like a letter, it's like an intent, you know what I'm saying? And so I couldn't go in until I had my high school diploma. So I didn't go to basic until July of 2000. So baby, so I go up there, you know what I'm saying, thinking I'm grown or whatever. I'm 18, you know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell me nothing. My mom's in Korea with her husband, well, soon to be husband, and so we're living with my grandma, which isn't it wasn't bad living with my grandmother or anything like that. I was just kind of happy to be back in the town that I was from, where I knew, a lot of folks, so on and so forth. So I'll go up to Dallas. We go to the Dallas MEPS. I think, yeah, you stay the night before. You go there the night or the day before you're supposed to go to MEPS. So when you get to MEPS, and that is the I ain't even finna try to think of what MEPS stand for. Anyway, so you go to MEPS, and so basically, like, you have this super duper intrusive physical. Like, they tell you to duck walk, they take pictures of your tattoos, they, like, you take these tests, like, you figure out what job you want. But in figuring out what job you want, it's not like they sat down and gave you a list. And that's the only thing, like, I don't like about MEPS, is that they're not really, some people, because I'm sure there are some people that are, but the most of the people at MEPS, like, when it comes to, like, what job you can get, they're not really forthcoming, because when the lady that I had, she didn't even print out what jobs I could do. She's just telling me, like, oh, well, you could be an MP, or you could do this, and, like, I don't know what an MP is, you know what I'm saying? So, like, she didn't really do a good job of explaining to me what stuff was, so I just selected MP. So I got done, we go back to my city, and wait for my mom to call. So my mom calls, and I tell her, hey, I joined the army. And I joined the army because, my mom was Slick, my hero. You know what I'm saying? So I joined because I saw how the army had changed her life. So, baby, we get in there, and so my mom was like, you don't want to do that. She said, you want to do supply or something like that. So I went, told my recruiter I want to change my job, because she was saying that with the military police, that's what an MP is. Military police, like, they work all times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like they get a break like how other places get a break. Like, they work weekends, they work in the rain, they wear a 25-pound belt, they're always on their feet, so on and so forth. I said, no, baby, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to do that. I thought it was going to be cool being an MP. And so now I know a lot more about it. What I would have done if I would have, like, doing it differently, I would have either picked an intelligence job like I had before I got out, or I would have done something medical. So if anybody is thinking about going into the armed forces, like, just ensure that whatever they do will easily transfer into the civilian world. Like quartermaster, which is what I was before, supply, I was a 92 Alpha, which is an automated logistical specialist. So basically, think of it as Sam's Club, but it depends on, like, what kind of supply you do, because you have fuel, you have the cooks, you have people that work in, like, warehouses, you got people that do water. It's just so many different types of supply. And so the one that I was in, it was, like, heavily, like, it was over strength. So points for promotion were really high, which is 798, which was the maximum. So when it became time for me to want to, advance and do something with myself in the army, baby, um points of 798. So that means that you had to max out on everything. You had to have your PT test maxed out. You had to have your range card maxed out. You have to have, like, a 40 out of 40 at the range. You have to basically, you like really do it, because I do know some people that really maxed out all that stuff. But then I know a lot of people that fudge the paperwork, you know what I'm saying, just to get their people promoted. But that's neither here nor there, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, this supply stuff ain't cutting it. Like, we deploy too much because at that time my unit that had just came back from a deployment was getting ready to deploy again. But the only thing that stopped me from going was when I went to recruiter school. So I was a E4 recruiter, specialist recruiter, but that didn't really pan out because they was trying to send me to Mid Atlantic, which was New Jersey. I didn't know nothing about New Jersey. I didn't want to know nothing about New Jersey. I was good. Like, you're canceled, okay, baby. So while I think it was, so met this guy. He was cool or whatever. And we decided we wanted to get married. So we go, we get married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. Anyway, child. So we get married, and so he was on assignment to Fort Lewis, Washington. That's how I got to Washington because your girl had got married. It's a long story about that child. I mean, I don't know if y'all really ready for all this, so I'm a reserve that part. Okay, I'm a reserve that. So he's, in Fort Lewis, Washington, and he's getting ready to deploy. So I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm finna get to Washington State and I don't know nobody, so on and so forth. So I go January, well, like December 2005. Yeah. On to January 2006. So I stopped in Texas and spent some time with my grandmother because I drove. So I've driven across country 3 times. So, no, yeah. Yeah, so I go spend some time with my grandmother and my family, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm on my way to Washington. So I get to Washington State, and as we're there in Washington State, I'm just like, bro, it rains 10 months out of the year. Like, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing with myself? Like, what we got going on, honey? Baby, don't mind that dog that don't want to let me be great, child. So Washington was like something totally different. Like, I had never seen a African American woman with a white man. That really threw me because, like, I didn't see that in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And when I, like, this was like a ever occurring thing. It was like it was a theme. I was like, bro, like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So my husband at the time was stationed in, well, him and my mom were deployed to Iraq at the same base. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the odds of that? So they're building a relationship. So on Fridays they would go and they would eat together and so on and so forth. And so they were like really building a close bond. And like to this day, he still reaches out to my mom like, hey, say, hey, sorry, I'm not sure if your wife knows that you're reaching out to my mother every holiday. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I am I'm phenomenal. So like, yes, you're reaching out to my mama. Anyway, child. So I get to Washington State and I'm a corporal because I went to the corporal recruiting program. So when I get there, the first sergeant was like trying to take my corporal. Like, corporal is just, you're still an E4, but you just have more responsibility. So I had a phenomenal first sergeant and I had a phenomenal leader that really, NCOIC, that really looked out for the kid because I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to stay stagnant. I didn't want to work in like the motor pool. Like, I didn't want to do none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I want to do. So, somehow, like, I can't remember how it went, but I just started looking at the history of promotion points for like certain MOSs. And so then I stumbled upon 35 Fox, which is an intelligence analyst. So I was like, okay, I'm going to change my job. But before I changed my job, before I left Fort Bragg, I went to the ASVAB class. Well, I went to FAST class, which was a class that was geared toward helping you raise your GT score and your other scores that for the ASVAB. So my GT score was like a 112, and then something else was like really high. Whatever it was for MP, not MP, I'm sorry, in military intelligence, it was really, really high. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do 35 Fox. Okay. So before I left, I was already promotable. Yeah, I was promotable. I was just waiting for points. So it didn't take long for me to make points or whatever. So like when I got to Fort Lewis, a little bit after that, yeah, a little bit after that, I was promoted to sergeant. But my husband wasn't there. But his NCOIC, she was still back in the rear. So she came and she pinned me. I'm not looking for none of them pictures to insert because that's a whole different time, baby. And so husband comes back. So when he comes back, I leave to go to Fort Huachuca, Arizona because I had been selected to go to the 35 Fox class. So it's a 4 week class. You're there. I was not considered cadre, but like I was able to do my own thing because I had already, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't no private. So we get there or whatever, and I show up in civilians, baby. Girl, let me tell you, it was this E6. I cannot remember his name, but he ripped me from the rooter to the tutor, baby, and told me I was supposed to sign in ACUs, baby. Like this is my first time. Like I ain't never signed into nothing. Like I had not been to uh PLDC or WLC or ALC or nothing like that. So I ain't know nothing. Like chill, bro. It's not that serious. So I go in my car because I already had some. Um, well, I go into my parents' car because I flew into El Paso and then picked up my parents' Cadillac. Oh, child, that's a whole nother. She tried it. So I drove from Fort Lewis, Washington down to Fort Huachuca, Arizona. And at the time, I had a 2000, I can't, 2006, yeah, because it was 2006. I had a 2006 Dodge Durango SLT, right? So it was silver, whatever. Y'all don't mind these folks. Don't want me to be great this late at night, baby. So I'm in school and all that other stuff. Long story short, I met some very good people in the school as well. Via Lobos, Raven, Gloria. I've met some really cool people, but I also met a different type person. You know what I'm saying? Like it was wild, child. I actually ended up having a stalker from the school, and it was crazy. It was really crazy, and I know y'all like why she's smiling as she telling it, because like this dude, it was bad. Like I guess I got to laugh to keep from crying because at that time 2006 I didn't know what stalking was. You know what I'm saying? So like he liked me, so on and so forth. I mean, like, what's not to like? And so, not gonna lie, I did put myself into some compromising positions, you know what I'm saying? But he ain't even had to go at it like he went at it. So oh, child, he texted my husband and emailed my husband. Then my husband, I think, gave him his number or something, and they talking and stuff. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Like, what is this? And so, just young and dumb, child. So, because I want to say at that time, I'm like 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no kids. I don't even know why I'm married at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, no shade to old boy, but I just didn't want to be married. Like, I didn't want to marry. I didn't want to get married. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get married, but I was given an ultimatum: either you marry me or we break up, because I'm going to Fort Lewis. Child, I'm like, dang, like maybe it can work. It didn't work. It ain't work at all. I don't even know how long we was married for, child. But anyway, so it was a whole stalking situation, and it was really bad. Like I was fearful for years. Like it was a time where I had slept with a knife under my pillow. Like I had considered getting a gun. It was really bad. Like I would check all the doors in the house to like make sure that they're locked, and the windows, and putting bars so like people couldn't come in the house and stuff like that. It was really, really bad. Like I was really scared for the longest, and I never told anybody because I didn't know that that was wrong. Like he threatened me, told me he was gonna kill me. Like it was really really bad. And to make matters worse, I get promoted to staff sergeant, and so I'm back in Fort Bragg. We've deployed, so I'm leaving again to go to a different duty station. So I'm, going to DC. I'm going to DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency. Ooh ooh, and I'm saying ooh ooh because it ain't that many African Americans there that are intelligence. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was, you know, a feather in my cap. So I'm there for a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? Almost a year, and I'm chilling with my boy Ramel, and so in walks Mr. Stalker. Baby, I guess all of the color drained out my face because Ramel was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I couldn't even talk. I was just like, "We got to go." So we go up to our office, and I'm telling him about the guy and how he's a stalker and so on and so forth. And so I had to see this dude every day for like a year and some change. And when I say that it was so awkward, because at this point in time, he and I are both the same rank. We're the same MOS. We do the same thing, and we're in the same building, but we're working on, like different projects. Child, child. But I just, ooh, the Lord was watching over your girl, baby, because, honey, that situation could have turned into being something totally different. Like the dude knew where I stayed at in Arizona because he had graduated before me, so he knew where I lived. And so, like in Arizona, he didn't know where I lived, like state, like where I was in Fort Lewis. But yeah, child, like if you have a stalker, if you have somebody that's coming after you, or so on and so forth, you have to protect yourself. I highly recommend getting a restraining order. I recommend getting the police involved. I recommend getting the courts involved because the Lord was looking out for me. And I'm not saying like God don't look out for other people where the situation ends differently, but he didn't see fit for it to be a different day for that situation. Um and so now, I talk to my daughter about proper, like what's proper, showing her like what's proper in communication, like creating an environment to where if like she could talk to me if anything ever happened to her. Pray, God forbid that nothing happens to her. But baby, when I changed that MOS, it was like the floodgates open. I was working in a two-person shop. I went from, being with like 40, 50 people to a two-person shop. And I've worked at battalions, I've worked at brigades. I didn't get the opportunity to work a division, but I was like, look, your girl is out. We got other stuff to do. But it was so cool just going to Arizona and changing my job and just doing something different. And I got a TS clearance out of the deal. And that's another thing, too. If you're going to go into the armed forces, make sure you get you a clearance. And when you filling out your questionnaire for your clearance, make sure that you put everything down, because if you don't put everything down, then you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot, and you're not gonna get a clearance. I know a guy that had like a 350 credit score. I'm not exaggerating. I'm sorry. It was 349. My bad. He had a 349 credit score, and I told him, I said, look, he was a PFC. I said, you put everything down. I said, you don't leave a stone unturned. You speak truthfully about everything that you got going on. And I said, I guarantee you get a clearance. And sure enough, he got his secret clearance. And he was so appreciative. You know what I'm saying? He was always like, oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because he wouldn't have got it any other way. You know what I'm saying? So I was really good. Your girl was good at what she did. I'm good at what I do now. And I ain't like being like, oh, bragging or nothing like that. But I mean, I am like, this is crazy. Never really thought I would be in this place. Anyway, so watch this. Watch, look. Shh, look. Shh. Watch that reveal, child. You see how much better that look? Girl, that top coat is everything, baby. Anyway, this has been Journey with Wendy. I'm me, she, her, and Wendy. New videos posted every Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes on Wednesdays, depending on what's going on. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below or hit your girl up at Journey with Wendy with an I, not a Y, at gmail.com. And with that, you know what that means, that your girl is what? Your girl is A.